Okay, so part A was done, and it wasn't so bad. Now I'm on to part B, and it says, log base beta of alpha, log base 7 of beta, and log base alpha of beta is an arithmetic sequence. Now it says find a common difference, and I know the common difference is D, so I'm going to say D is a common difference. Now what does it mean? These successive terms differ by a constant. So I'm just going to say log base 7 of beta minus log base beta of alpha. So I'm taking this term, subtracting that one. And this is going to be true for the next set. I'm going to put this over here, that log base alpha of beta minus log base 7 of beta. Now, certainly a variety of things you could do over here. You could just add those two equations together and you eliminate log base 7 of beta, and then you get another over here. But I'm going to say that may not be what I should do. So what I want to do is I want to write down, I'm going to equate these two, and then we'll come back to it later. I certainly want to know D. I don't know what D is, but I'm going to equate the two. So I'm going to say log base 7 of beta minus log base beta of alpha would be log base alpha of beta minus log base 7 of beta. All right? Let me show you what's written in the notes, by the way. And I got the D down over here. All right? By the way, I prefer typing to writing. I got this, but I have before I type up, I do write things down, by the way. And then I wonder, do I make mistakes? When I start typing up, I can be a little bit cleaner about it. And then I got this thing written over here. All right? And so what are you going to do about that? So it's like all over the place. I don't know. Maybe I'd look at, I'm seeing this on both sides, by the way. And I'm going to rewrite it now. I'm going to write it as 2 log 7 beta equals log alpha, base alpha beta, plus log beta alpha. All right? Now, granted, people are saying, where's this thing going? I'm hoping it's going to like an equation I can solve, by the way. And I'm looking at this thing over here, and I'm wondering what to do, and I'm wondering maybe what I did in the past might help me, but I'm going to say what I did in the past. I did something like this over here, and that's a base 7, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll write everything in terms of base 7 now, all right? So let's see if that helps at all. So this is going to be 2 log base 7 of beta equals, I got to write this in base 7 now. So log base 7 beta log, I'm using the base change formula, base 7 of alpha, plus log base 7 of alpha log base 7 of beta. All right? Where's that written? Right over here. I got base 7 here, base 7 here, base 7 there, base 7, base 7. And then what I do is I go back and I realize that I have something over here. Let me write that down for you. That log base 7 of alpha equals 2 minus log base 7 of beta. All right? So let's put that down. All right? So you get 2 log base 7 of beta log base 7 of beta. And again, the log base 7 of alpha, we just did that up here, right? That's 2 minus log base 7 of beta. All right, let me show you where this stuff is being written down for you. It looked kind of complicated, doesn't it? Let's keep moving. You get plus, well, I just did this. It's going to be 2 minus log base 7 beta over log base 7 beta. All right, the thing about this over here, I have a tough time typing it. I mean, typing out because all those letters and stuff. The thing about typing, though, I can just copy paste these things. But when I'm doing algebra, I'm realizing that this symbol keeps repeating itself over and over again. So what I'm going to do now is make a substitution. So I'm going to let u equal log base 7 of beta. And this becomes a little bit easier for me to write down and also figure out, right? So what do you get over here? You get u, 2 minus u, plus 2 minus u over u, all right? And then I got to clear the fraction, don't I? So it's going to be 2u, 2 minus u times u times u, plus 2 minus u, 2 minus u. Let's see what we get over there. 2u squared, that's 4u squared, minus 2u cubed. Let me see if I did that right. So 2u squared times 2 is 4u squared. 2u squared times minus u is minus 2u cubed. That's not so bad. So what do you get over here? I get u squared plus 4 minus 4u plus u squared. All right? Now, it's a third degree polynomial. I'm certainly going to rearrange a little bit. And what do you get over here? You're going to get 2u cubed. Let's take a look at this over here. This is going to be 2u squared. So minus 2u squared. I got this covered. Let's see, minus 4u. I got this covered, plus 4. Lo and behold, it looks pretty easy to factor it. And I'm going to divide both sides by, you know, I'll just factor a 2 out. Let's put this down. So it's going to be 2 u squared. I'm going to factor by grouping, by the way. And what do you get there? You get u minus 1. That's not so bad. Minus 4 u minus 1. I'm going to keep factoring it. What do you get? 2. Wait a second. I made a mistake there. Let me go back over that. So 0, u minus 1, and then I get 2u squared minus 4. And I could keep going. What do you get over here? 2 u minus 1, and then I get u squared minus 2. All right? Now, granted, it took some work to get there, but now I got some possibilities over here. And my possibility is u equals 1, or u would equal plus or minus root 2. Now, this is where I felt, you know, the things you're getting, like I got to look at these things now, and I got to remember what these things are. But I got 3 separate cases now. And for me, having 3 separate cases, I got to look at 3 separate cases. So I want to point out, I'm going to look at u equals 1 first, then I'm going to look at u equals root 2, I'm going to look at u equals minus root 2. Let me get my eraser out, erase all this business over here. And I'm pretty comfortable that I'm at the stage now I can start to analyze this stuff, all right? So before I do anything, I want to point out that I did make a substitution. And the substitution made was u equals log base 7 of beta. That's one thing I do know about. And the other thing I want to point out is, I go back to this original thing, that log base 7 alpha is 2 minus log base 7 of beta, all right? So where's that coming from? Right up there, 2 minus log base 7 beta, right? A couple of things I have to consider. I have to consider this over here, that this has to hold, all right? So let's do one thing at a time. Let's just do u equals 1, see what happens. So if u equals 1, what are you going to get? Well, you get 1 equals log base 7 of beta. So you get 7 to the 1, which is 7. So beta would equal 7. All right? That's not so bad. I can do that. Let me see if I get the alpha now. The alpha, right? Where's this going to be? Right over here, right? So let's just see if we can get, I have no idea. Let's take a look. What are you going to get? Log base 7 alpha would equal 2 minus log base 7 beta, which would be 1, and that equals 1. Well, that means that the alpha is equal to 7, all right? Now, this is not good because condition's not been met. What condition? This condition's not been met. So 1's out of the question, all right? Let me get my eraser out. I'm going to know this one's bad, and I'm going to move on. I want to move on to the next one, see what happens there. The next one, I'd say u is equal to root 2. All right? Now, if u is equal to root 2, I just plug it in. I get root 2 equals log base 7 of beta. So that's not so bad. I mean, beta is equal to something, right? So what's beta equal to? Beta is going to equal to 7 to the root 2. All right, what's the log base 7 alpha going to be equal to? Let's write this down. It's going to be 2 minus root 2. All right, so alpha would be equal to 7, 2 minus root 2. All right, so let's write this down now. So beta, it's right over here, is equal to this, and the alpha is equal to this thing over here. Now, the question becomes does it meet that condition? And it does meet that condition that beta is certainly bigger than alpha. Just look at their exponents, by the way. And looking at the other condition is they're greater than 1, and they're certainly greater than 1, by the way, all right? Because 2 minus root 2 is greater than 0, by the way. So this meets condition. Now, certainly I want to go to the last one and see if that's a possibility. And it's almost as exhausting to go through all those possibilities, by the way. But right now, this is the only possibility I have here. All right, let's do the last one. And what do you get over there? Let's write this down. U equals minus root 2. And that's going to be equal to what? All right, log base 7 beta. And you can get 7 to the minus root 2 is equal to beta. All right? And I'm looking at this thing, and right away, what do I see? I see 1 over 7 to the root 2. And what do I know about this thing? It's less than 1. So the condition out of the question. So I know what the u is now. And the question is, what was the original question? The original question is what's the value of d? So what do? You go back and you say, what I wrote those down before, by the way. I want to point out they're written up here, by the way. These d's are over here. You pick one. Doesn't matter which one you pick. But hopefully one you can evaluate. So log base 7 of beta minus log base 7 of, I'm sorry, not base 7. What am I saying? Log base beta of alpha. Well, I got to write this in base 7, by the way. That's all I know at this point. Minus, that's going to be log base 7 of alpha over log base 7 of beta. All right, let's remind you that we got some things over here. And d, the log base 7 of beta, and again, I want to point out we're concentrating this over here. That's just root 2 minus the log base 7 of alpha. That's going to be 2 minus root 2. And the log base 7 of beta is just root 2. All right? Let's just do the arithmetic on that one over here. This is going to be root 2. This is going to be minus 2 over root 2 plus 1. Well, 2 divided by root 2 is just root 2, right? And I get 1. So what's d? d is 1. And we're done. Thank you.